Future and Lil Uzi Vert are one of the most popular artists today, and it's obvious that I won't be talking about the substance of their lyrics when I make a video about them. In videos like this, I tend to focus more on the style and the sonic sound, since that is their strength. Unless you're a hood, street nigga trapping with an IQ of 75 in the case of Future, or a teenage middle schooler in the case of Uzi, the words are not going to cut that deep for you. Most people come to these two for their style and their sound. I put on Future to get lit and to act ignorant, and Uzi I put on if I want to have a black anime soundtrack playing in the background. On this album, we get both. We get hood, trap, gutta, young, emo, and quirky shit. We get Menace to Society meets Yu Yu Hakusho. Even though Future and Lil Uzi Vert still fall underneath the subgenre of trap, and both have the same level of lyrical density, which again isn't a lot, they are still worlds apart in other ways. Future has a more rugged, mature, smooth style, and is about a decade older than Uzi. Uzi, on the other hand, has a more kiddish style and swagger to him. So how do they do it? How do they bring two different worlds together? The way they do so is because of the underlying similarities that they have. And this project is a pretty smart collaboration on their part, bringing two different fan bases together. The first thing that made it easy for them to come together was content. Like I said before, Uzi and Future don't go too deep with their content. Your IQ won't go up after listening to one of their albums. Sometimes it might be the opposite. Lil Uzi Vert and Future both talk about high fashion, bitches, drugs, fast cars, smoking, partying, lean, braggadocio bars about their wealth, and much more. From time to time, they'll get a little deep and maybe make a reflective song or have a few reflective lines about their lives and the game as a whole, but for the most part, that's about it. Future is more on the street side though, rapping about selling drugs and the nitty-gritty of trapping on the day-to-day, and fucking girls and niggas over. Sometimes they'll make a song about love or being with a woman, except Future comes at it from a more toxic king perspective, and Uzi is not far off as a toxic king either, but Future is the king in that shit for sure. Uzi still makes heartthrob type songs where he's talking about a girl and heartbreak, which Future rarely, if ever, shows nowadays. One of Uzi's most popular songs, XO Tour Life, is the epitome of that topic, amongst other things. The next thing is style. Future and Lil Uzi Vert both have the ability to come up with some really fun flows and some super catchy simple hooks. Bought a Bad Bitch off this project is a prime example of this. Throughout this whole project, we see Future and Uzi come with some really hypnotic flows that we haven't seen in a while. These two vital skills are the things that create great unison between the two on this project. They both also come with the same charisma and aura on these tracks, just different versions of each. They're both oozing the bad boy vibe on the tracks, but in their own respective style. Uzi has that more punk, rock, emo style energy to it, whereas Future has the more experienced street nigga energy with it. The production on this album is a mixture as well. Sometimes it leans more so towards Future, with it being more mature and something you could hear someone bump on the streets, and other times the sounds were something you'd hear at a high school prom. Most of the beats have the fast tempo that trap beats have and are played mostly in minor. The sound selection can be weird, quirky, futuristic, and video game-esque, like the track She Never Been to Pluto. Then there are tracks that are more gangsta and clubbish, like Off That. Overall, this project shows how you bring two different personalities together by exploiting their few similarities very well, and using the advantage of the fact that in terms of sounds and beats, they aren't too far off from each other. The drums on both productions are the same. The only thing that would change the style is the melody and the type of sample they're using. By exploiting similar styles, talents for flows and catchy hooks, and similar topics, Future and Lil Uzi Vert come together to fuse with each other quite well on Pluto and Baby Pluto. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content and analyses just like this. Be safe, loving, and prosperous. Peace.